You are Locked On Phillies Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
So let me get this straight. Johan Rojas basically leads your offense tonight. You get 5 hits as a team total. Johan Rojas gets one of the biggest hits. Bryce Harper has a home run. Zack Wheeler gives you 6 innings, 2 runs, and you can't win that baseball game? Ryne Nelson, and I give him all the credit in the world. Yeah, in all honesty, yeah, sometimes you go, tip your cap to the other team and go, hell of a job by you tonight, fellas. And, yeah, you could say that about the Diamondbacks tonight because the Phillies did not take advantage of the very rare opportunities that they provided for themselves tonight. You know, and I'm feeling good. You know, the Eagles won. I did the Eagles postcast, our first Eagles postcast. Hope you guys check that out after you watch Phillies postcast, Eagles postcast. If you didn't watch it already, if you joined me on that already, thank you very much. But I have the 2 TVs set up tonight, going back and forth like a cat watch ping pong. And I really thought the Phillies were going to win this game. I thought when Johan Rojas got a RBI triple, essentially. Did they give him credit for the triple, or I didn't even look to see if they scored it that way. Yeah, they get double, and they took third on the throw. So RBI double, and he takes third on the throw to tie it at 2. I think they got it. Bryce Harper hits a solo home run. I think, all right, we'll come back in it. But I couldn't help shake the feeling I got in the 5th inning when you led off with an Alec Boehm double and then couldn't get anything going. Literally couldn't get anything going after that. It was pretty terrible, and I'll describe it as the show goes on today. But welcome in. My name is Mark Barzetta. You're Locked On Phillies postcast and the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. This particular episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB. Use all lowercase Locked On MLB for a first deposit match up to $100. And thanks for making Locked On Sports Philadelphia, Locked On Phillies postcast your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Let's start it off with 3 big things. Number 1, run support. Run support. You give runs to your starting pitcher that's pitching his arse off in this game. And throughout the game, Zack Wheeler looked like he was in and out of great stretches of command, but for the most part had his good stuff tonight. Really had to labor, unfortunately. Did get to the 100-pitch plateau through just 6 innings of work tonight. So that's where you did see him, unfortunately, struggle a little. He did issue 2 walks. His strikeout count was up there with 8 strikeouts, but he went out there and he pitched very well. Scattered 7 hits, ran into some trouble occasionally throughout the game, but for the most part, came up with more answers than he wasn't able to come up with. He had more answers than no answers. And all the while, the Phillies struggled with giving him any run support in this game. A night after you had a great 2 games after the Dodgers, or in the Dodgers series, a good opening game in this series to get, keep on track there, 3 games in a row. Then you see this Phillies lineup go out there tonight and just look like they were trying to hit home runs with every single pitch. They did not look like they had good approaches to the plate. And there is no better example of this than going into that 5th inning. And I mentioned the Alec Boehm double to lead off the 5th inning. I'm watching that all play out, and I'm going, all right, this is your opportunity here, Alec. This is your opportunity to drive them home, boys. After that, you had Marsh up, you had JT up, and you had Nick Castellanos up. JT had himself a good game last night. Marsh has been better at the plate, certainly more lately than not. And Nick Castellanos has been almost your hottest hitter for the last 2 months. So I'm thinking there's no way Alec Boehm doesn't come around to score on this and at least make it at that point. At that point in the 5th inning, it would have made it a 2-1 baseball game. So Boehm goes up there, leads off with a double. Marsh goes up there, strike 3 on 4 pitches. JT Realmuto goes up there, strike 3 on 3 pitches. Nick Castellanos goes up there, strike 3, 5 pitches. Quite literally. You had nothing after a leadoff double. To talk about hitting with runners in scoring position, Phillies in total were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight. 0 for 4. Your only runs were scored on that double by Johan Rojas in the 8th and a Bryce Harper solo home run in the 7th. Not going to do it, unfortunately. Not enough going on there for the Phillies as far as the offense goes. And as I mentioned, 5 total hits, 2 of them coming in the 8th inning. And after you got that Johan Rojas double and he's standing on third, you have Kyle Schwarber at the plate. Kyle Schwarber looked like he had no idea where the pitch was coming from out of AJ Puk's hands. Time and time again, offering, holding up, offering, checking his swing. Oh, he went on that one. He just looked really confused in that 8th inning at bat. So number 1, offense, run support, drove me crazy. Number 2, Johan Rojas. Did I mention he had 2? Not 1. That wasn't the only hit of the ball game that for Johan Rojas tonight. He had 2 hits. Him and Alec Boehm, only multi-hit games for the Phillies. The only other player to get a hit other than Alec Boehm and Johan Rojas was Bryce Harper. But Johan Rojas, a guy that is not supposed to be in the lineup for any offensive capabilities. Remember what we said at the start of the season? Johan Rojas, if you're needing Johan Rojas to carry you, you got bigger problems. Tonight was the perfect example of that. You kind of needed Johan Rojas to carry you. And, I do feel great for him. On a positive note, let me get away from the being pissed off that the Phillies lost. And let me just get to this. I felt fantastic for Johan Rojas. And they even said it on the broadcast. Little surprised they're not going to Weston Wilson in this situation against AJ Puk. Little surprised they're not switching things up a little bit. I'm going to tell you right now, I was surprised. I was very surprised that Johan Rojas was getting that at bat. But earlier in the ballgame, he was able to barrel one up, drove it. Good to see that. You don't see it too often from Rojas. Had that nice single to center to left field. He got up in the count, and he was able to jump on a fastball. Got 3 straight fastballs in the count. Drove the one into left field. So he had a runner on first with only 1 out. That was another opportunity the Phillies had that they squandered. A runner on first with 1 out. Johan Rojas, who can run pretty damn well, and Kyle Schwarber steps up there and grounds into the double play. Lined into the double play. So that was Johan Rojas' first hit of the game. So then he steps up in the 8th inning, gets that opportunity. And it's a huge opportunity for him that first Rob Thompson decided to trust his young center fielder. Gives him an opportunity to really make a difference in the ball game. And Johan Rojas goes up there, and he's down in the count 0-2 to AJ Puk. And he gets his 3rd straight fastball. This one was at 95 miles per hour. And he jumped on it. I mean, he really sold out on it. Like, if he was getting any other pitch, he would have been embarrassed. But Puk said, I'm going right after him. He went after him with 3 fastballs, 94, 96, and 95 miles per hour. One more over the middle of the plate than the last. So if Rojas was just going to put a decent swing through the strike zone, he was going to make good contact. So the ball's drifting to left field. I think Johan Rojas thought he hit it out of the park when he made contact. The bottom line is, it goes over the head of the left fielder there, McCarthy thinking left, bounces off the wall, starts coming in back towards the infield. Castellanos is busting it around. Somehow just had enough of the go-go gadget, casty legs, and he's able to slide in there safely with a great touch of home plate with his left hand. Tie ball game 2-2. Johan Rojas standing on third base. Schwarber, as I mentioned, couldn't bring him in. That, for me, I still felt great. I felt like you have Jeff Hoffman coming in to pitch the 9th inning. You're going to be fine and dandy. You still have Turner coming up to the plate in the top of the 9th inning. Harper, Boehm again. This is going to be great. You're going to be fine. You're going to be wonderful. They were not. Boehm got his 2nd hit of the game in the 9th inning. So when you think about it, Rojas and Boehm, they came up with 2 of your 5 hits in the 8th and 9th inning. So you had to wait a little bit for some offense here for the Phils. So they go down. Don't help with the run support, obviously, going back to the initial point, and then that was that. That brings me to number 3, going into that 9th inning. Adrian Del Castillo gave the Phillies some problems tonight, to put it mildly. A 3-hit night for him, drives in 2 of the 3 Diamondbacks RBIs, and was a thorn in their side. He started off the scoring in the bottom of the 1st inning with an RBI single, bringing in Carroll. After that, Zack Wheeler was able to get out of that jam. Then in the 3rd inning, gave up a bit of a meatball to Peterson. He was able to jack that out of the park for a 2-0 Diamondbacks lead. And then in the bottom of the 9th inning, Jeff Hoffman comes in, and he just wanted to start out 0-1. Just wanted to get that first strike over. To Adrian Del Castillo's credit, he was probably thinking, this guy's going to throw me a first pitch fastball. He got a first pitch 97-mile-per-hour fastball that was over the heart of the plate, up in the zone a little bit, and he tattooed that baseball 416 feet to right field for a walk-off Arizona Diamondbacks victory. Not great. Not great. When we come back, I do want to take a look at what you guys have to say about this game tonight. The unfortunate fact that the Phillies couldn't win 4 in a row. The unfortunate fact that the Phillies had a good start from Zack Wheeler and unfortunately could not give him enough run support. And again, like I said, Ryne Nelson did go out there and pitch himself one hell of a ball game tonight. We'll talk about that when we come back. You're Locked On Sports Philadelphia and your Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. Make sure you like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia. That's Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Back after this. Liquid IV. It's wonderful. Talk about hydration. Liquid IV is for you, especially in the dog days of summer. Liquid IV is where it's at. When you're talking about America's pastime, don't forget to hydrate with Liquid IV's popsicle firecracker flavor, a surefire summer hit. Get hydrated with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients from the #1 powered hydration brand in America. Because baseball and summer go together like Liquid IV and indulgent hydration. Scientifically formulated to quickly replenish electrolytes and fluids lost from sweat or exercise. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients, all in a single stick. 1 stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water provides superior hydration than water alone. No more thirsty summers when you indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. You get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com. That's liquidiv.com and use promo code MLB at checkout. Once again, liquidiv.com. Use promo code MLB at checkout for 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code MLB at liquidiv.com. That's liquidiv.com. eBay Motors. Passion, drive, patience. That's the winning formula for championships. It also keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and so much more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your #1 ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Motors Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride or die every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need and the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. That's ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. Also, thank you guys very much, by the way, for making Locked On Sports Philadelphia your first listen today, and Locked On Phillies postcast for your second listen. Enjoy Locked On MLB podcast with host Paul Sullivan, a.k.a. Sully. He's here daily to provide national expertise with his trademark humor to help get you ready for the MLB playoffs. Here in the dog days of summer, prepare your fall classic with Sully. Prepare for the fall classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day on Locked On MLB, available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Let's get into the chat check. See you guys are feeling about this one. I know you guys were popping off in that 7th and 8th inning. John Marinelli, I can't believe they tied this game. Laugh out loud. I couldn't believe they tied the game. Could have went to Weston Wilson. That's difficult to say. They did not. They stuck with Rojas, and that was that. Morgan Landy, Johan, and I think we want and to think we wanted Wilson to pinch hit. I like how we all had egg on our face for that one. Should have sent the first pitch straight at his head. Wait. Whose head? Should have sent the first pitch to Del Castillo. Why do that when you just throw a meatball over the middle of the plate? A24 should have gotten the live chicken. Hoffman is cooked. I don't believe Hoffman is cooked. Sounds well. Hoffman is cooked. He keeps throwing get me over pitches in competitive situations. I get Topper wanting to help give Hoffman his confidence back, but he didn't have every guy available in the pen. I did not have Jeff Hoffman has over the last couple of outings. He has given up runs in 4 straight outings, I believe it is now. And this is something we did talk about yesterday. I remember I think it was yesterday. Or no, maybe it was against the Angels. The long ball has certainly haunted him. Yeah, it was against the Angels. So he had the 4-run inning against the Seattle Mariners. Then he had 1 run that he allowed on a solo home run against the Dodgers on Tuesday. Then yesterday he had 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. I had no problem with Jeff Hoffman getting the ball in the situation tonight. You want to talk about being limited, then yeah, this would be an opportunity for Jeff Hoffman after having a day off already to go out there and do his thing. And he wasn't able to do that tonight. Morgan Landy, it was 1 pitch against a rookie. And you really think okay, that's Morgan. You and I are more along the same lines. Chris Lego, Hoffman's been really disappointing lately. Yeah. Looking at the 4-run inning and the 1-run inning against LA and then the walk-off tonight with 1 good outing in between. Yes, that is disappointment for a guy who has been playing and pitching at an incredible all-star level throughout this season. I am not going to I don't look at Jeff Hoffman and look at the same problems I had seen already throughout this season when it comes to a guy like Jose Alvarado, for instance, or even worse, the recently traded Gregory Soto or the recently traded Sir Anthony Dominguez. I don't look at Jeff Hoffman with the same type of confusion, questioning that I did with Jose Alvarado when he was going through his stretch, or the other 2 pitchers that are no longer here. I still have a lot of confidence in Jeff Hoffman being able to get guys out. He threw one over the plate, 97 miles per hour. The rookie jumped on it, and holy pots and pans, man. He pounced on that. Bobby Thompson, shot heard round the world, pounced on that. Like some guy was in the scoreboard out in center field with binoculars going, watch out for the 97 mile per hour fastball. That's coming right down there, is it? Yeah, he spanked that pitch out of the park. Why are we blaming pitching? Thank you, Henry. Thank you. Run support, number 1. Looking at this game, the 3 instances really that bother me. 5th inning, to go back to it, you have a leadoff double. 0-2 count to Alec Boehm. He gets a slider that hangs up just enough, low and away, and he puts it out into right field. Then Marsh, Real Muto, Castellanos, all 3 guys go down swinging. The longest at bat was 5 pitches, and that was Nick Castellanos. And here's the other thing. It looked like with the way they were swinging at it that Nelson had some great life on his fastball, on his cutter, some late break on his slider as well. When you see pitches that wind up out over the middle of the plate, generally speaking, with really good professional hitters, guys that have been red hot like Nick Castellanos, or even Kyle Schwarber, who's been hot, or JT Realmuto, who had a really good game last night. Trey Turner's been hitting well before tonight. When you're seeing those pitches wind up in the middle of the plate, more often than not, those professional hitters are getting fooled. That pitch is breaking at the last second to be over the plate. They're swinging at a pitch that they're expecting to be inside. Next thing you know, it's the outer half of the plate. They're getting great run. He's getting great run on his fastballs, great late movement on his cutter. Like I mentioned, the slider's got some great late movement to it as well, late break to it as well. So there are some times where I'll look at a pitcher and be like, damn, he was pretty damn good tonight. And he looked like he was keeping the Phillies hitters off balance all night. With that being said, yeah, he was also attacking the strike zone. So you look at that situation in the 5th inning and you look at it and think to yourself, all right, well, the Phillies are going to go out there. Now they got this double. They're going to be patient at the plate. They're going to get good at bats. They're going to try to advance the runner, go station to station a little bit. Well, it would be station to station for a run with Bohm going to third and then home. But time and time again, just like look at this, for instance. Bohm starts it off, swing and miss. Marsh comes up, takes a pitch, looking, fouls one off, swings and misses. JT Realmuto goes up there, foul ball, swings and misses. Castellanos, foul ball, swing and miss, foul ball, swing and miss. So whatever, especially Castellanos was chasing, was extremely deceptive. And the one pitch he flailed at was the 3rd pitch of the at-bat in the 5th inning. It was a cutter that broke away off the plate. It wasn't low and away like the typical Nick Castellanos low and away swing over, which he hasn't been doing a lot of, especially over the last month. But that was one of those pitches that just made you go, what the hell are you doing? And it was like at that point, Nelson knew he had him because after that, he threw him a slider, a more exaggerated cutter, and that one was low and away, and Castellanos swung over top of it. Henry Wendell, you can't expect to win with 2 runs. I agree. Hoffman doing his best Kimbrel impression. Second half breakdown. George hates closer by committee. Wish they had a dedicated closer. Well, I didn't think that they'd bring in Estevez tonight. And what was it, 24 pitches last night? Goo. KGB, officer, I'm not KGB. People ask the questions. Hoffman has been throwing a lot of meatballs. I wouldn't say the last 2 weeks. I'd say the last week. Mike D, what's going on, Mike D? The up and down offense can be scary for this team, especially in a playoff series. Well, look no further than how they played against Arizona last year. And also, let's not forget, this was a team that got no hit in the World Series. Combined, no hit, fine, whatever. Oh, John, yes. The Harper throw in the 9th. Yeah, I would have rather drilled Del Castillo, since you put it like that. Would have rather drilled him than try pitching to him. I think the Dodgers got Casty, not the D-backs. Huh? What? What's going on here? Yeah, Stott's been disappointing this year. Johnson Wall, you guys are right. We looked at the White Sox tonight. There can't be people wait for no one. All right. Don't, please. I'm supposed to be pissed off. I'm pissed off. All right. All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at where the Phillies can head after this one, how they pick up the pieces, and he'll be on the bump for them tomorrow when they go against the Diamondbacks and hopefully win the 3rd game of this 4-game series. Don't give me a split. Win this series with the good vibes that have been created by this Phillies team since that Brandon Marsh catch in Seattle. With the good vibes created, please don't split with the D-backs. Win the series. Win 2 series in a row. That's what I'll be crossing my fingers for. Back in a second, Locked On Sports Philadelphia on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Oh, Prize Picks. You guys heard me talking about Prize Picks all season long. Prize Picks is America's daily #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And unlike other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. And all you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and be part of the Prize Picks community. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. Get in on the excitement and win 100 times your cash with the summer games going on right now, as a matter of fact, on Prize Picks. Tonight, not a great night for me. Really expected Bryce Harper to have himself a huge night tonight. I picked more than 2 hits. He did not get more than 2 hits. I also expected Zack Wheeler to go more than 6 innings. He only went 6 innings. Not a good night for me on Prize Picks, but hopefully you had a wonderful night on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's LOCKEDONMLB, all lowercase, for a first deposit match up to $100. That's Locked On MLB on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's just that easy with Prize Picks. Taking a look at the Phillies and Diamondbacks. This is the last later game of the road trip. They're done with the 9:40 start times. They're done with the 10:10 start times. Tomorrow night, 8:10 start time. Phillies will be looking at Aaron Nola going up against Zack Gallen. Nola, 11-5 of the season with a 3.54 ERA. He is coming off a 4-run performance against the LA Dodgers, where he gave up those 4 runs on 8 hits, did give up a home run in 6 innings of work. Nola, after he allows 4 runs, over his last 5 starts, he's had 2 4 earned run performances. After that, he's bounced back to allow no more than 2 earned runs in each of the last 2 starts, coming off those kind of unfortunate outings. So Nola will be back on the hill for the Phils tomorrow night. Look forward to see what he's got going. See if he can put one of those other really good starts together for himself. I'll be crossing my fingers for it, and I know you will be too. This will also be Aaron Nola's first start against the Diamondbacks this season. As for Zack Gallen, he gets the ball. Local product, Zack Gallen will get the ball for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He comes into this game 9-5 on the season with a 3.75 ERA. He is coming off an outing where he got rocked against the Cleveland Guardians. And the Guardians, by the way, have gone to the tanks a little bit. He's coming off a 5-run, 7-inning performance against the Guardians. Previous to that, 6 innings, 1 run, 6 hits against the Washington Nationals. That's what Zack Gallen's bringing to the table as he comes up against the Phillies in this series. So again, tomorrow night start time, 8:10. Here's what I need tomorrow night. And I know we're not going to be looking at days off for Bryce Harper. I know we're not going to be looking at days off for Trey Turner, maybe Bryson Stott. But you're going to have the righties on the hill tomorrow. You have an opportunity to still win this series by going after it tomorrow night. If you're the Phillies and you're looking at yourselves in the clubhouse with this kind of performance, offensively speaking tonight, you know you have to be better than this. This was a very good pitcher tonight in Ryne Nelson that I felt they made him look a lot better than he really is. He needed a bounce-back performance. He got that bounce-back performance. The Phillies were his victim. Patience were tough to come by, as I mentioned, because he was hammering the strike zone, but they did not take advantage of opportunities in the rare occasion that they presented themselves tonight. I mentioned 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The 0 is not the big part of that. The 4 is the bigger part of that. You only had those 4 opportunities as the game went on. Not great. Not ideal. The positives to take out of it, I will look at Nick Castellanos finally being able to draw a walk late in the ballgame. I will look at Johan Rojas being able to come up in the clutch in that situation in the 8th inning to be able to tie that game. And then I'll look at the Phillies maybe playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Maybe they will look at the Bryce Harper throw right at his skull. And maybe they will look at that and take exception when they get back on the diamond tomorrow night. I hope the Phillies, the quarter's in the machine after tonight's loss. As far as the standings go, no big change there. The Dodgers are up right now on the Pirates as we tape this. Or tape this live. I was doing it live. 9-4 on the Pirates. The Mets are down 6 runs to the Mariners. The Orioles are up in the American League. And the Brewers are leading the Cincinnati Reds. The Braves already lost earlier in the evening, 6-5 to the Colorado Rockies. So not a big change in the National League standings. The Mets being down 6-0 at the top of the 9th inning to the Mariners. That's nice for the Phillies, considering the Phillies are now, the Mets are closer to the Phillies than the Braves are. That's a shame. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked On Sports Philadelphia. That's Locked On Sports Philadelphia. Appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Be back with you guys for an earlier start time of the Locked On Sports Philadelphia Philadelphia Phillies postcast. Back with you guys tomorrow night. My name is Mark Farzetta. See you guys then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.